Human trafficking is a billion-dollar industry and is a public health concern. It impacts individuals, families, and entire communities across generations. To talk about this troubling subject is Dr. Raul Pino from the Florida Department of Health in Orange County. Dr. Pino, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
First of all, let's define human trafficking. We think we know what it is, but what is the official definition?
So let me take that question a little bit into another area. Is when we hear the word human trafficking, we always think about what happened 400 years ago when the slaves were taken out of Africa and brought to America for forced
labor.
Forced labor.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yes, that's human trafficking. But human trafficking also has evolved through the years. And now with electronic devices and the internet, it's getting more complicated than it used to be, and more people affected by it. And so the definition is trafficking with humans and behaviors against the will of that individual. But also, what it gets tricky is it against their will?
Okay. Is it against their will? Because the whole thing seems to indicate that you're taking someone who has the free will to come and go and do as they please and basically making them do something. So why the question of whether it's against their will?
Because now, again, with the internet, individuals who you don't know who they are could work and groom a person to become a victim of sexual trafficking.
How does that happen? How do you groom someone for that?
Let's say you and I are engaged on an internet conversation for a few months.
Mm-hmm.
You are 17 and a half. I can work on you, induce you, and give you some ideas until you are 18. And when you are ready to be sexually independent, I can offer you great rewards for having sex with a couple of friends.
So you're a pimp, basically.
You are a pimp.
Mm-hmm.
That's one way. But also you have people who are in forced labor in massage parlors and nail salons and other forms of slavery.
So we're not just talking about sex trade. We are still talking about forced labor as well.
Yes.
And we're not just talking about children.
No.
We're talking about adults too.
Yeah.
So what can be done? I mean, as a healthcare professional, what is the first salvo that you can fire to try to stop this?
So parents need to be alert into what the behaviors of their children are, who they talk to, who are they interacting with online, and not allow our kids to hide behind false pretensions of privacy, because we need to know who they are interacting with to be able to stop these on their tracks. And there are wonderful stories of parents who have come into protecting their children and grabbed them basically from the arms of these individuals who are engaged in these practices.
Is it difficult for someone to get out of that net once they're in it?
It can be.
Okay.
Because you create a codependency with the individuals. You are receiving remuneration for what you do, and to a degree, they establish this connection over time that these individuals become more important than your own family.
And that's the problem. When you're not talking about it and you're not making your children aware of the dangers and you're trying to respect their privacy, when you don't know what's going on, you end up losing them.
And there are some similarities with gang associations and how it happened and how we get peer pressure and how we get recruited by gang members. It's the same type of tactics. It has other implications, but it's the same type of brainwashing.
Gain their trust, provide a listening ear, tell them that their parents or the people who care for them don't understand them the way they do. And if this is sounding familiar and you're finding that your children especially are being more influenced by a stranger than you, we really hope you're paying attention, and we encourage you to get a pen and paper because we're going to give you a phone number. So this can also lead to health issues.
Oh, absolutely. From sexually transmitted disease to traumatic events to suicide, people who feel trapped in these situations.
This is a serious topic, and I'm glad we're starting this discussion, and I hope people keep it going after they watch this segment. Thank you, Dr. Pino.
Thank you very much.
We encourage everyone in the community to look beneath the surface for signs of human trafficking and violence. If you see something, say something. It's just that simple. If you have information regarding suspected human trafficking of a child in Florida, contact the Florida Abuse Hotline. That number is 1-800-96-ABUSE. That's 1-800-962-2873. We can stop this with your help.